What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Today we are gonna be taking a look at ICP's brand new album, the 5th Joker's card of Deck 2, Yum Bedlam. Finally here. What have we been waiting? Like almost a year for this album to come out. It was announced last October. It was supposed to come out on Christmas. Got pushed back. We ended up getting Yum's Lure instead, which, you know, a lot of people did not care for that particular album. One of the things that I really like about Lure is it adds to the lore of the Yum flower. Originally, it was only supposed to be Yum Bedlam and the seeds. We ended up getting Lure, which really adds to it. But we will talk about that a little bit more. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into this. That is the front. Easily, honestly, best looking Joker card of Deck 2, and maybe, debatable, it's up there with some of the original 6 as well. I know there's a ton of people who are going to disagree with that, but that's really where I'm out. That's really where I'm at. I fucking love the design. It's beautiful. I love it. Abso-fucking-lutely. So, again, that is the front right there. We're going to pop this open, and this is literally how it was packaged. You have an ad book that literally sat in there. This is probably going to get stashed away into a shoebox or something. I have a couple of boxes and stashes for like flyers, stickers, shit like that. This is going to get stashed away. This ad book, you know, it just has ads for upcoming projects, or not even upcoming projects. It just got ads for, you know, Shaggy the Airhead, Devereaux, Tom Woods Float for next year, Walking Home series, Shaggy the Creep, Tom Woods art, you know, just showing love to everybody. I don't fully feel like this was necessary to do this little book, but it is what it is. I fucks with it. I'm okay with it. But, you know, I can't justify leaving it in this case because it's getting damaged. That was from Hallowicked. I got this at the release party, and just looking through the book on Hallowicked, you know, actual Halloween before the Hallowicked concert went down, just looking through the book while Echo Side Fiend was chilling in the hotel room with Megs and I, looking through the books and all that, just the different times that I put this in here and closed it, you know, it's getting damaged. So this is going to go sit elsewhere. But then you get a little book inside here, and as you pull this out, you get to see the other part of her face, the other part of her image, if you will, her opening up to take a fucking bite out of your head. And I fuck with it. You know, a lot of the other Joker cards that have multiple faces or multiple covers, they're okay, you know. But this one here is pretty cool, pretty fucking awesome. One thing that I do kind of gripe about, or I don't know if I did it in stream or not, this line right here, I don't like that it's offset. I wish it went right down to the top of her lip. That way it's even. But, you know, I like symmetry. That always kind of bothered me. But, it's a little gripe to throw in there. So this is just like a little insert. It can be flipped around depending on which cover of Yum you want to have displaying in your case. I guess there was a manufacturing error of some kind, because I know Fear the Effing Beard, the homie Ryan Johnson, reached out to me about one that was sealed that had this one showing, and then even Wicked Juggalo reached out to me about the book showing. He's like, hey, there's alternate covers of the album, and he wanted me to be able to get them all, and I was like, no, that's the book. So for whatever reason, some of the copies were wrapped up with this showing, and some of them were wrapped up with this showing, and some of them, you know, straight up had Yum on the front. So for anybody who's wondering, there is not alternate covers out there. For whatever reason, there was a boo-boo at the manufacturer, and covers were switched around. So that is what happened with that. We'll go ahead and open up this book right here. This thing is thick, really fucking thick. So first thing you get when you open up is the Yum introduction, which I think a lot of people forgot about and didn't bother reading through this, because I see a lot of people complaining about the intro to this album. My suggestion to you guys is go read this and then re-listen to the intro, and if you still feel how you feel about the intro, then there's nothing I can do to help you. But I listened to the album and immediately went and read this, because I'm all about, for me, the philosophy that ICP preaches, teaches, I should say, I try to apply it to my life. So understanding the Joker cards is one of the first things that I try to do, and it helps me enjoy the music so much more as well. So read this if you have the album. If you don't have the album, there you go. Hit pause, read through this motherfucker, understand Yum Yum, and then go re-listen to the intro. Come over here to the other side. This has actually been shown on ICP's Facebook. This is all the credits for the songs. There's things we will mention and reference to in this, because there's a few tracks on here that production-wise I need to bring up. But we just flipped through here. You got the seeds being announced that they will come out, hopefully, when they're being said that they'll come out. I'm not holding my breath, not trying to talk shit, but you know, this album was supposed to be out on Christmas. It got pushed back. I'm glad it did, because I'm happy with what came out. So I mean, if they have to push it back, I get it, but like, hopefully that doesn't have to happen. So next thing, the rest of the pages throughout here is the song lyrics, which doesn't happen very often with ICP albums, and I'm glad they did it. I really love it when artists do that. It's a great way to keep up with the song and maybe even help understand the song a little bit better. Again, I fuck with the philosophy that ICP has. We will talk about that more when we start having our Insane Clown philosophy classes in 2022. So I love it when they put lyrics in, and they don't do it very often. They've done it for Shangri-La, they've done it for Hell's Pit, and they did it for The Tempest. Other than that, I don't think it's ever happened before any other time, or you know, I don't think it's happened any other time on any other album. So I'll just flip through here. I'm not gonna let you guys like read all this. If you guys have Genius has lyrics there. Somebody immediately went and had them posted up on there. And here you have the special thanks. There's two things to note here. There's really only one thing to note here, and I'm not going to talk about it for very long, and that is the very last line, because I know people are going to mention it in the comments. Yes, I see it. Yes, I know what it's about. Clearly, this album's about betrayal and loyalty. They were betrayed, and they had someone very dear to them who was not loyal to them. They're saying how they feel about that, and they didn't put it in the music, which I feel is better. So we will go ahead. We will put all of this in here like that. I didn't even pop the CD off yet, but there you have a close-up of her face with that new like rooted ICP logo. Yum Yum's Bedlam. And that artwork right there, Tom Wood just revealed, it's Yum Yum's Haunted Garden, which is fucking dope. I immediately commented on it and asked if that would be a flavor card or a Dark Carnival Crew card, because we need an expansion for Into the Echo Side. If it's not a full expansion, at least like booster sets, you know, little packages that you can get that have 10, 20 cards in it, something like that. Because there's been a few things that have come out since Into the Echo Side has come out, and since Oracle the Three Rings expansion had come out. So we're due for some boosters at least. We'll flip it over to the back with the track list, which is intro.
Oh my god, yes, it's you. I'm so glad you're here. My heart aches.
Here comes the carnival.
With a bang, pow, death, pop, like a kaboom. Here comes the carnival. Chill the dark carnival. Join hands with the
Wretched.
Each eyeball melted, leaking down his face.
I'm lonely, but I'm not alone. There's several voices in my dome, and several choices on my own, and several children.
Clown dripping.
Double-headed giant clown tripping. Soaking the city in swag, clown dripping.
Clown dripping. Wicked clown dripping.
Gangsta Code.
It's me you've all been mourning on a flight deck.
Queens.
How broke you really are, what kind of joke you really are, who always treats you like a super fucking star.
Panic Attack.
All of a sudden, all around my neck, feel an incision. All emotions I had died in a fatal collision. Is this intermission or the decision? What the fuck is that?
fuck regret.
But while I'm living my life alive, I'm screaming, fuck regret, fuck regret. Choices, we make them. Chances, we take them. Some are mistakes, some
Insomnia.
Thoughts in my head, bleeding out of my orifices, while I fucking finance twin porpoises. Is this a grizzly clown being eaten by my teddy bear? Of course it is.
need some sun.
Heart and Soul.
The bell is no option, no, not at all. Your fate is on call. Can't you try to? Living in the fire, don't say. There's never any room.
The Drunk and the Addict.
Coffee carvers and funeral parlors get paid for real. Every time I get behind the wheel, hop in. So you don't like this? The drunk and the addict.
Don't Touch That Flower.
Surprise to your throat, her blade swipe yum yum. Don't think that you'll be okay.
The Jokesters.
So slick and so tricky, you're running our pain.
Well, I'm sorry if we tricked you. So many foolish fools be falling for our jokes.
Bitch, I'm Fine.
It's only truth I'm stating. Joey Utsler, they hating, but bitch, I'm fine. Biggie, well, I kiss my boogie on, even when it's pouring.
Carnival of Lights.
Just the carnival of carnage illuminated. Walk right into the light, boy, you made it.
We got you. Take it to a place where they rejoice your voice and celebrate your face.
Ain't No Time.
What's left to be said when you've been left for dead? And soulmates hate instead.
Right now,
And Something to See.
My mother, my sister, and my brother. I got it. My two kids hugging each other.
So this album right here, I will say, first listen, there was some songs that was like, wait, what? Second listen, I felt them a little bit more. Third listen, I loved them. And fourth listen, and so on and so forth. I'm up to at least 10 listens with this album. Like I said, I got it at the release party. Megs and I went back to our hotel and listened to it. We actually zonked out, passed out from being so exhausted at Don't Touch That Flower. So we made it more than halfway into the album. And then the next day, you know, we listened to it a little bit. And then the homie Echo Side Fiend came down to our room to give his first listen with us. Megs and I played Into the Echo Side while he did that. There's a post on Instagram, on Megs's Instagram page, of me and her playing, and Timmy just glued to the book. He was going lyric by lyric with each song, soaking everything in. So that was like, that's a fond memory for me now of that. But yeah, so we had a few listens into it, and then, you know, the drive back to home, where it's about a 4-hour drive for us. This album's, I think it's like maybe an hour and 10 minutes, somewhere in that range, maybe an hour 14. I know it's over an hour long, and like I said, 3-hour drive. So we listened to this, we listened to Bang Pow Boom, and then we went back to this. So few listens within the first few days of having it. Amazing fucking album. But I did take some notes. I wanted to be thorough with this. So I talked a little bit about lore, adding to the lore. And like I said, when the Insane Clown Philosophy classes begin next year, we'll talk about this a little bit more. But I absolutely love that they added to the lore of Yum Yum Flower with lure. And I'm so glad that none of those tracks made it onto this album, because doing that allowed Lure to be an extension, an expansion on this Joker's card. Though many people did not like Lure, I love it, and I'm glad that they did what they did. I actually love that album flawlessly now. I originally didn't like Clownheads, but I love it flawlessly now. So jumping into the intro, I see a lot of people that are not feeling it. One person in particular, and I told him that I was not going to put him on blast, so I will not mention his name, but I watched basically his review of this, and he said that he was saying that the intro just felt awkward, and I see a lot of other people that aren't feeling it. Like I said, read the introduction in the book, re-listen to it, and if you still feel the same, I don't know what to say, but this intro is perfect. It's one of the best intros on any Joker card, because it literally is doing what you would encounter in life. So the Yum Yum Flower is not actually living. She is waiting for you in the afterlife, but her roots extend into the mortal world. So when you encounter a chick that's flirting with you or hitting on you, that's Yum Yum. She's trying to lure you in. The question is, will you give in to that? So when you hear the intro and you hear this woman moaning, "Oh, I want you," yes, it's Yum Yum, but she's doing it in the form of a woman who's trying to get you to fuck her. That makes sense? So yes, it's kind of cringy, it's awkward, but it's supposed to be, because that's what fucking happens in life. You have a woman moaning, wanting you to take her, right? That's Yum Yum. So I seen a lot of people bitching about that intro, and I was like, what? Like, damn, that was a fucking perfect intro. And people were like, it didn't explain the Yum Yum flower at all. Yes, it did. You just weren't paying attention. You have to go read the introduction. And if, like I said, if you read the introduction, you re-listen to the intro, you still don't like it, you don't feel like it serves perfect, you don't feel like it doesn't serve its purpose properly, then there's really no helping you. So Here Comes the Carnival it's an amazing track to me. I felt as though it didn't fit where it does on this CD, and I actually played a little bit with it in a playlist. I actually slammed Here Comes the Carnival as the last track, and I moved Don't Touch That Flower to slot 2, which is where it belongs. I see a lot of people saying that, and I 100% agree. Don't Touch That Flower is completely in the wrong spot. It needs to be track 2. And then maybe Here Comes the Carnival can stay as track 3. I don't know. I just feel like the ending to Here Comes the Carnival has that kind of grand finale kind of thing. Here comes the carnival, to the dark carnival. You know what I mean? That's a closer. And I see it being what they play to close out concerts, if they do like a Yum Yum show down the road, I feel like that would be the perfect closer to that show as well. So Wretched, I kind of mentioned a little bit. I think that song's fucking dope. The video's fucking amazing. Clown Drippin', I'm seeing a lot of people saying they don't really care for Clown Drippin'. In the beginning, I felt the same way, but it's growing on me. It grew on me very quickly. I absolutely fucking love the line where Jay is saying that I'll keep stabbing you till you're just until you're like goop, until I'm stabbing goop. I love that shit. Fucking that's some wicked shit right there, and I don't know if people weren't feeling that, man. I've said it in the last few Joker card reviews that if this album wasn't it for you, I think it's time to hang it up, because let's keep going. Gangsta Code. At first, if you guys watched Juggalo, the last episode of Juggalo Talk, I was not feeling this song at all. This is the beat from Moving On off of Abaddon, Boondocks' album Abaddon. It's the exact same beat, and in the beginning Jay says, "I'm taking my beat back, my shit." For a song that you're gonna name Gangsta Code, that wasn't the right beat to take. I do think having the name Gangsta Code really kind of sets you up for gangsta rap, and then you hear some twangy country sounding guitars. It fucks with your head, and it fucked with mine for several listens. It's grown on me. I like it now. I like the story that's in here. I think if they would have called the song Caught Slippin', because he even mentions it in the last part of his first verse, he says caught slippin'. That to me just would have been better, because he's talking shit about one of his soldiers getting killed, and talking shit on, he shouldn't have been caught slipping, shit like that. But in the end, it was Jay who was caught slipping. That to me just feels like a better name altogether. Gangsta Code I think it gives the wrong idea for what kind of song you're about to listen to. So Queens, absolutely fucking love this song, and I relate to this song a lot. The chorus of this song is basically saying, Queens, praise the queen that's in your life. If you're married, or if you have a significant other that makes you fucking happy, like, your life is beautiful because of the flowers that you have, because of the queen that you have in your life, that she's so shiny, that's the shine behind you. Behind every great man is a great woman, right? That's your queen. And if you lose your queen, your shine is gone. Now, who remembers about 4 or 5 years ago, your favorite Faygo guy actually lost his queen and his shine, and I went through some dark shit for a good 6 months. So I relate to this song a lot, And it's, you know, for me, it's one of those, I'm gonna fucking take care of my queen this time. So yeah, moving on to Panic Attack. I originally wasn't really feeling this song, but that's because the song was down here, and then all at once it went up to here on the chorus. But that's, you know, the more I've listened to it, that's what a panic attack does. You could be fine 1 second, and the next minute your brain's dumping these fucking chemicals in you that makes you just like, what the, you freak out like fucking crazy. And one part that I have to kind of mention about is Shaggy's kind of like this therapist in between the verses, and he's talking about different ways to like try to handle or cope with it, and he's basically explaining what's going on with panic attacks. And one of them, he's saying that sometimes your fear of having a panic attack causes a panic attack. Now, if anybody's heard this, has heard me say before, one of the reasons that I don't smoke weed is I had a very bad trip and I had a full-on panic attack thinking I was dying. I was never able to smoke weed the same after that. I always freaked out thinking I'm gonna die. But I've actually come to the realization a couple years ago that I have cardiophobia. So anything of hearing my heartbeat, and even now, like if I get my heart rate up too high, it will start to fucking freak me out. So weed just, you hear your heartbeat, I start freaking out. I don't smoke the shit no more. So when a lot of people come up to me and ask, hey, you want to hit? The reason I say no, I don't partake is because I don't fucking partake. I'm gonna fucking panic if I do. So yeah, the beat and everything on this really grew on me because I feel like it represents panic attacks perfectly. You're down here 1 second, and then all of a sudden you're up here. God damn it, another panic attack. Jay went in. So this brings us to my favorite track, Fucking Fuck Regret. I love this song so much. I live by that right there. I'm one of those everything happens to you for a reason. Not saying that everything is meant to happen, but everything that you go through in your life is something you should be learning from. So, you know, just don't live with that regret. You've made a mistake. Now learn from that mistake and go forward with your life. So it's kind of like my theme song, and I absolutely just love that chorus. Love that fucking chorus. Now we are down to, what are we down to? Insomnia. Insomnia, I love this song quite a bit because the beat is kind of out there. The things that Jay's rapping about are out there. Now, I don't suffer from insomnia, but I've laid awake in bed, not able to shut my brain off, and I have ADHD. So there's a lot of times I can have 20 things on my mind at once. And there's a lot of times they're random shit like what Jay's rapping about. Like that's just it, man. You're laying in bed trying to shut your brain off and you can't. And the most random shit comes into your head. It's fucking crazy. Now, I love the switch up. There's a switch up where he finally drifts off. And one thing I haven't really seen anybody saying about is the absolute callback to Beverly Kills in there, where he's saying, I'm joking my mind, where I'm at, it's so fine. You know what he's talking about, joke your mind. You know, the fucking homeless guy who can't take sleep away from me. He jokes his mind, he falls asleep, he goes to a better place. And that's exactly what happens in Insomnia. He finally shuts his brain off and he's like flying. He's, you know, joking his mind in a fucking great place, getting the rest that he needed because he's gone so long without it. I love it. Absolutely fucking love it. So this is the point where I'm going to bring up the producer tags. I'm with everybody else. They're annoying, but I get it. But this one really fucks me up because, like I said, the beat changes, but the tag is still in there. So it literally, Shaggy the Airhead on the beat, and then the beat changes. It's like, it makes you think a new song has just started. Like, the first time I listened to this, I was like, oh, this is Heart and Soul now. And I'm like, wait, this doesn't sound like the sample that I listened to on Juggalo Talk. So the producer tags should have been taken out. Again, the same ninja that I was talking about earlier, and I'm not going to mention his name. He was saying that the producer tags, he expects them on like Ouija Mac albums or mixtapes, but something is like fucking great as a Joker card, and I'm paraphrasing here, something is great as a Joker card, that shouldn't be on there. And when he said that, and I know he's a fucking Ouija Mac fan, gives him a lot of praise. When he said that, I'm like, so wait, is he saying Ouija Mac albums are trash? And so they're okay to have producer time? Like, that's just the way I interpreted it. That's not at all the way he bent it, but that is totally the way that I took it. So if you're watching, man, I don't know. That shit made me fucking laugh because I know you're a big ass Ouija Mac fan. So I had to mention that. So that brings us to Heart and Soul. Like I said, wait, did I say it? I didn't say it yet. Heart and Soul. I did say it. This is the part where I'm talking about the credits. Now, the production for Heart and Soul, and I remember listening to this, I was like, this sounds like a Zug Island song. Like, this feels like Fly Away. Like, it's not really an ICP song, and I 100% don't feel like this is your classic ICP song. This, to me, feels like a Zug Island track. And I went back and I looked at the production notes, and I was like, oh, it was produced by Mike P. So wait, why the fuck didn't they get G-Man on this shit? Now, I'm not saying the guy from Sponge, whatever his name is, I'm being disrespectful there. It's right there, Vinny from Sponge. Not saying that he didn't do a good job, but maybe more people would have liked it better if it was if it had Sin, G-Man, if he was singing on this instead. I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know. Maybe opportunity to work with somebody new, but I want to see them work with Zug Island more. They're working with that Zetro guy now, so they're clearly like they're not signing artists, but they're still working with artists. So let's get some love for Zug Island, man. Get them back in here. And Heart and Soul would have been the perfect song to do that with. So I just imagine what Heart and Soul would have sounded like with Sin on it. So moving right down the line, The Drunk and the Addict. Absolutely love this song. I laughed my ass off at the fucking part. Party City. Heroin. Fucking love that. I say it right along with it. Absolutely fucking love that one. Don't Touch That Flower, we kind of talked about a little bit. It belongs at the beginning of the album. It does not belong in the middle. It doesn't. I don't understand why it was done like that. Like, ICP needs to come up with 17 ninjas. 17 juggalos out there. And I would be fucking honored and dream come true if I was one of them. But I'm just saying, 17 ninjas out there. Scotty D, Tom Wood, people like that. Send them the album before you have it pressed up. And be like, yo, what order are you filling these in? And just have them like kind of like them all send back like what order they feel like it should be in or whatever. Just get some input from some juggalos. We could call it Council 17, some shit like that. And like I said, I'm not saying I need to be on it. It would be a fucking dream come true. But yeah, I could give some good input, I feel. Most of the time I like the album. Most of the time I like all the songs they put on albums. And I've said it before, it's very difficult. The hardest thing ICP has going for them is disappointing me in music. There's maybe a handful of songs in their entire discography that I do not like. But yeah, let's move on. Let's not stall. The Jokesters. So if anybody's listening to this album digitally, for whatever reason, this album's called Slapnuts on iTunes or Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. It's called Slapnuts for whatever reason. My assumption is that was originally what they were going to call it. And the reason I feel like that is when you listen to it, there's a the Jokesters. So maybe that was supposed to be like them stretching the nuts and slapping them or whatever. They sent the files off, I'm assuming, to all the digital outlets and then last minute decided to change it to the Jokesters. That's purely my assumption. I'm probably 100% wrong on that. I don't know. But the song is actually called Jokesters instead of Slapnuts. So if anybody's wondering. Bitch, I'm Fine. I fucking love it. Shaggy killed it on that hook. I know a lot of people were saying that they wanted to see more Shaggy on this album. And I was just watching Luke the Goon's listening party with Mike Sears and Joker's Gallery, and I have to agree with them. This song would have been the perfect one to have be a Shaggy solo because he flowed on that beat like a motherfucker and slayed it. Carnival of Lights, absolutely love it. It's very upbeat. I fuck with the upbeat shit. I was just telling Megs this is probably going to be, I'm thinking about making a ringtone of it and have it be my ringtone for a while because I fucking love it. Ain't No Time. Amazing song. This could have been an album closer. Maybe not. No, I think it's perfect where it's at. Maybe have another song as the closer. It's very personal. And all I gotta say is, if Ain't No Time is about Sugar Slam, damn. Like that fucking, I feel for Jay. I hope it's not, and I hope it was kind of inspired by things in his previous relationships, but some of it is fictional. But I know a lot of times they put their life into their music as well. But I hope that song is not about Sugar Slam, because, you know, fuck, dude. I feel for that guy with that shit. Something to See is a great fucking storytelling song. Well, not really storytelling. It's one of those, you know, don't take life for granted. And if you could cherish one thing, like what's the last thing you would want to see before you go blind? It's a great song. I don't know how I feel about it being the album closer. It does good because at the very end you get and then the album's over. Like I said, I feel like Here Comes the Carnival would have been a good album closer, and maybe have it just go for longer, so it's a longer song. Here comes the carnival, and then it fades out. You know, I still wholeheartedly believe that Here Comes the Carnival is the album closer, or should be. But yeah, you know, I'm not part of the Council 17. That doesn't exist yet, but I'm hoping that somebody sees this and is like, yes, we should do that. So yeah, this fucking album is amazing. I'm seeing mixed reviews. I'm seeing a ton of love for it, which absolutely glad to see, glad to hear, because after Yum Yum's Lure came out, I was like, 75 to 25, I was guaranteeing a lot of people were going to hate it just because Yum Yum's Lure, like I said, I originally said there's 5 ninjas out there that likes Yum Yum's Lure. There's actually probably not like 17. Some people came forward after I made that statement and said, I like Lure. So there's like 17 of us now that like Yum Yum's Lure. I'm one of them. Megs is one of them. So I went into Bedlam with the expectation people aren't going to like it. But I knew it was going to be difficult for them to disappoint me, because it always is. ICP like never disappoints me on an album. We got to talk about our standout songs. And this is the hard part. This has been the hard part. I already told you Panic Attack, or Fuck Regrets is my favorite. So Fuck Regret is definitely my top 5. Insomnia, I'm gonna say The Drunk and the Addict. What are we at? 3 now? Wretched is in there. Oh, that's tough. Wretched is such a dark song. You know what? I'm gonna say my 5 standout songs are Here Comes the Carnival, Fuck Regret, The Drunk and the Addict, Carnival of Lights, and Ain't No Time. I'm switching it up. Those are my 5 standout, with my favorite being Fuck Regret. So yeah, absolutely fucking love this Joker card. It is easily, as of right now, and this is very early and preemptive for me to say this, this easily could be, this is easily my favorite Joker card of deck 2. The meaning of it is very close to me, because I've gone through some shit where Yum Yum was tempting me, and it took me to a dark place. I ended up losing my queen. I love the image. I think she's beautiful. I love a lot about her right now. So as of right now, the Yum Yum flower is ranking high in deck 2. So it's kind of knocking Link and Lost down. Link and Lost, what the fuck? Lost and Found are getting knocked down. Yum Yum is definitely higher ranked than that. I would say it's probably higher than Fearless Red Fury at this time. And I've ranked Bang Pow Boom pretty low, so right now she's up there pretty fucking high. So I absolutely love this album as of right now, and I've listened to it several times this week. I wanted to go ahead and drop my review because there was so much to say, and I know people were anxious to know. I don't see my opinions changing about this album. I just don't. It's fucking amazing. I'm fucking with it. I find it hilarious that CPN said that he really hopes that Yum Bedlam is a great fucking Joker card, and you're forced to say that your favorite Joker card is the Yum Flower. And I don't fucking mind the name. Like I said, listening to that intro, she says that your loyalty and faith, well, I think it was I think, what'd she say? The loyalty in me, your loyalty in me is so yummy. She's feasting on that loyalty you had for her or whatever. But she fucking turned on you, and that's fucking yummy to her. I fucks with it. It's not the worst name. I mean, she could have been called Bang Pow Boom. Alright. Anyway, tell me what you guys think about Yum Bedlam in the comments down below, and don't forget to enter into the giveaway. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.